Over the next couple of minutes, I would like to share with you the unusual story of how I took a completely different approach to making money online and went from broke to a predictable six-figure monthly income by creating the world's first and only true online franchise. So who am I and why am I qualified to even share this with you and help you? Well, my name is Paul Bertzel, and I barely graduated high school. I hate traditional jobs, and what basically a job is trading time for money. I hate linear income. Like with a passion, I hate it. I've racked up over $100,000 in credit card debt when I was first looking for the secret to success in the home-based business industry through the internet. But at the same time, I've made over $15 million working from home after mastering it. I've mentored thousands and thousands of people on how to become financially free with their very own home-based business using just the internet. So let's just say that I've been around the home-based business block a few times. I've spent a lot of time and a lot of money perfecting the turnkey franchise system that I'm about to share with you on this video. Today, folks, it works like clockwork to automatically acquire customers for me and you, and creates a predictable yet growing income and leverages my time and your time 24 hours a day, even if we're on vacation or maybe at home like I like to do, playing Xbox with my son. So why am I sharing all this with you, right? Because I'm convinced that if you plug into this franchise system that I'm about to offer you, follow my simple 5 to 10 hour weekly action plan that is so easy, my 11-year-old daughter does it as well for me, that you'll be able to achieve similar results that I have and others have, which will give me more leverage, to be honest with you, and help me reach my goals even further. So now let's talk about how we can make these types of results real for you too. It all started almost by complete accident, and I'll be honest with you, when I stumbled upon a completely different way to build an online business. I think the best way for me to share this completely different approach with you so that you get the full impact of it is for me to go back and start at the very beginning of how it got started. So let's start back in 2004 with how I turned a measly $49 into over 1,300 monthly paying customers that created a really, really nice monthly residual-based income for me and my family. I truly started out just like everyone else does, though. I wanted freedom from that job I talked about, and I wanted more money. There just was too much month at the end of the money. So I started to look into the home-based business industry for a better way to get out of my situation. And within 7 painful months, I had managed to lose over $21,000 I really didn't have, and I encountered more rejection over the phone, making cold calls, trying to convince prospects and people to join my business opportunity than I would wish upon my worst enemy. Needless to say, I cut my losses there, and I quit that business, and I chalked it up just basically as a hard lesson learned. Not long after that, though, I discovered the internet and an approach that changed my life forever. But not before going through another 18 months or so where I managed to lose another $77,000 more I didn't have on credit cards, and I encountered more frustration running in circles, buying ebooks, taking courses and applying softwares, and taking online marketing courses, trying to figure out how to make sales online. I still remember spending that $49 on that little ad, and having 7 people automatically deposit over $1,000 into my bank account within just the next 72 hours. Folks, it was an amazing feeling, as you can imagine. Within just a few short months, I started to see incredible results, where I would accumulate more customers than most people ever dreamed of in every single week of my business, and it kept growing and being very, very consistent. Now, there were hundreds and hundreds of new customers weekly and thousands in my organization duplicating my success using my new secret weapon. I mean, look at this website. Look at how young I look in that photo. I remember back then I was so excited I wanted to share it with everybody else so that they could have success. I had figured out how to do it. So what was different this time that finally turned everything around for me and that allowed me to become 100% financially free here today? Well, what was the secret I discovered? Did I find some amazing product that was so amazing That it just automatically flew out of my hands and sold itself? Absolutely not. Did I join some ground floor opportunity and got in first before everybody else had figured it out and found out about it and they all went under me? No. Did I find an amazing compensation plan that maybe paid me 100% commissions and it was fail-proof and I could always make the most money possible? Not that at all. Did I buy a secret software that did everything for me and I didn't even have to figure out how to use it? No, those folks don't exist. Did I win some top secret home-based business lottery that very few people know about and I just kind of threw some money at something and all of a sudden, poof, I was a millionaire? You probably figured it out. It wasn't that either. If it wasn't any of those typical things most people unfortunately think will be the magic ticket to success, and unfortunately constantly try to find and throw money at little projects here and there, then what the heck was it? It's something that I've shared only with a very lucky few people, but yet it's right in front of everybody's faces every single day on their normal commutes. The secret to my success, and soon to be yours, folks, secret is based on the most proven and successful business model ever created in the history of man. I simply outsourced all of the most difficult tasks that were causing all the failure, not just for me, but most importantly later on, for all the other people that couldn't have similar results for me. I just outsourced everything. Now let me explain that a little bit further so you understand it. Remember that $49 ad I told you about I ran? That automatically generated me 7 customers for me right away and grew to over 13,000 monthly paying customers in just a few short months? Well, after the story got out about my results, I started getting friends, I started getting people in the industry, and I even had people from other companies asking me, how the heck did I do it on the internet? So I just started showing them how I did it. They would ask me questions like, how did you build the website and what kind of website was it? How did you follow up with the prospects? What was the process? Where did you run the ads? And what did the ads say? What process did you use to convert those prospects into paying customers? And probably a couple other dozen questions that were typically asked at the time. And I shared the answers with all of those people. But here's the thing that happened. Only about 10% of those people copying my blueprint were having success. None of them even close to similar to the results that I was getting. And it took me about a year to figure out why. I mean, think about it. I gave them all the answers, and they still weren't getting the same results. It left me scratching my head. Basically, the lack of a consistent duplication was caused by something, and I had to figure it out. And like I said, it took me about a year. I figured out that the human variable was involved. That's right, you. And people that are just watching this video or getting involved in any business. I mean, think about it. The intrinsic factors that cause success or failure were just too hard for most people to how to apply it. Think about it. Their experiences, their skill level, the time that they would commit to the business, the belief level that would actually work held people back, believe it or not, even after I give them exactly what they should go do. And guess what? A lot of people just didn't have the commitment. I couldn't figure it out though. It really bothered me because I gave them everything exactly what I was doing and they still couldn't get the same results as me. There was different personality types that also caused some of the failure, and maybe you've experienced some of these things too. You know, there's primarily 4 different personality types out there, and some people are green personalities where they're over-analytical, and I would give them the information, but they would over-analyze things. In fact, they would not procrastinate, but they would just put too much time and research into small, finite details where they could have actually just been taking action, and they couldn't do it. There was the yellows that were the caregivers and had to make sure everything was really, really special and everything was perfect before they could go do anything. And then there's the blue personality, the guy that kind of just took a little bit about what I said and would go out and bang and crash and didn't really have the same results. They would have a little bit of results though. And then the red personality, the passive, aggressive, right? They were really aggressive and they tried to recreate the model. I would give them what the ad said. I told them where to run it. I would even show them the sales process, but they would change it because they took a leadership role and they moved everything around, and that caused some of it. So heck, I started to realize that the human variable causes most of this failure in this industry. So I thought to myself, what the heck? You got to eliminate the human variable. You have to eliminate you. That's right, you that is watching this presentation right now, and you would have the best chance for success. So I needed to eliminate that human variable in order to create true duplication and achieve a predictable business model that would be proven to work for every single person. And why would I want to do that? Because it would allow me to create more leverage off of their success. The secret to my, and soon to be yours, like I said, the success is based on the most proven and successful business model ever created. That's right, the franchise model. And we all know what the franchise model is. Think about it. It's been perfected and been around since 1891, but it was most recently perfected by a guy named Ray Kroc. That's right, the Golden Arches guy. He created the best and most powerful proven model, and it's been the envy of the industry ever since. And not because they're awesome hamburgers or anything like that, because of the whole package that he put together and duplicated and allowed other people, regardless of skill, experience, or anything, to basically copy the exact model and keep everybody focused. So eliminating all those intrinsic factors that caused all the failure and didn't mess with the personality types either. Everyone knows, folks, that the franchise model is by far the most predictable and proven business model in the entire world. The only problem is it's not on the internet. So entrepreneurs that use the franchise model, online or offline, are 14 times more likely to have success than amateurs like you trying to figure out how to do it by yourself. That try and start their own small and home-based business from scratch will have a very difficult time. So I want to introduce you to the Global Online Franchise. It's the world's only and first true franchise for the average entrepreneur on the internet. That's right. There is no personal selling, just like a true, and that's why we call it a true franchise. Personal selling, convincing, and explaining things to people, totally eliminated because, guess what? I mastered the system after franchises, just like McDonald's or Subway or anything like that. They don't ask people to be personal salespeople. They don't ask people to convince people of things, and they don't ask their franchisees to explain things. We've eliminated that. Cold calling, selling to your friends and family, chasing people around, completely eliminated with this system. Long marketing learning curves, aren't those disgusting? I mean, don't get me wrong, I went through them myself, but I learned the hard way. You don't have to do anything close to what I did to be able to come up with a proven, predictable business model just like this. All that frustration and the struggles that you're going through, completely eliminated. The Mickey Mouse home-based business games, folks, are over. You never have to experience those again. And what I'm talking about is those little programs where you pay $5 or $10 or $25 or $50 a month, and you're supposed to make a fortune, or you're supposed to make a lot of money because you think that everybody's going to come in because it's so inexpensive. Well, folks, that doesn't work because there's very little money to be made, and you need vast, massive volumes of people to be able to make any real money with. A real business model that works for everyone, and that is the Global Online Franchise. We're not going to take a chance on your success, and folks, you shouldn't either. I mean, think about it. With this business model that I'm going to share with you that you can jump on board with, all the technical stuff is done for you, just like at a real franchise. With this business, all of your marketing websites are built for you, so you don't have to figure out or research or spend time figuring out all that stuff. With this business model, all of the marketing is done for you. That's right. All the customer acquisition, all of the selling, the telling, explaining is done for you. And like I said, that customer acquisition is done for you. You don't have to go out and find customers. We show you how it's automatically get done with the marketing department that we have here set up for you that does it for you. With this business, the training of your new franchisees is done for you. Now you might be saying, new franchisees? What does that mean? Well, and after making the franchise available to people, when everyone started to get similar results right away, then I really knew I was finally on the right track. By using the franchise model and creating the world's only true online franchise, duplication became more than easy, folks. It became virtually guaranteed and on command at the push of a button, not only for me, but for everyone that owned one of my franchises that I created. That's right, for every single person that owned one would have success. And the really special thing is, I'd like to offer you a franchise and a partnership with you right now so that you can benefit just like all of my other partners have and will in the future. The same complete turnkey franchise system that instantly generates endless customers for you automatically makes additional sales to those customers on your behalf and creates ongoing, predictable monthly residual income you can count on month after month after month. And when I say turnkey, folks, I mean it. This is not some typical program filled with vague theories and concepts that never get you anywhere. This is the exact system and true real-life tested franchise system people just like you are using to finally achieve predictable income online. Here's the best part. Once you decide to own a global online franchise with me, you are instantly provided with a steady flow of, get this, paying customers right out of the gate. Just like any other true franchise like McDonald's or Subway. Think about that. When someone purchases a McDonald's or Subway as a franchisee, guess what happens? When they open their doors and turn on the lights, customers automatically come in right away. There's nothing needed on that part of that person. There is customers already waiting in line to go into those stores. No difference here. And that's why I say this is the world's first and only true franchise that is online. Think about that. Imagine joining a business, opening your doors, and instantly customers walk through and pay at the cash register. That's what you have here. So here's how that works. I'm already spending $50,000 a month on advertising to recruit more franchise owners and long-term customers for you. Heck, it's probably how you got here watching this presentation. That's right. I did the advertising to get you here. How would you like to benefit from that too? And what I mean by that is, how would you like me to take that $50,000 and advertise your franchise for you, get you more franchise owners, which I'll explain in a moment what that means to you, and long-term customers that buy every single month? I knew you'd like this. Now let's talk about how you can become wealthy with this franchise system. I want you to pay very close attention here. This makes this so unique that you've never seen anything like this before. Here's a little drawing of a typical franchise model. Okay, you see at the top there's a franchise headquarters, and that franchise headquarters sells the proven predictable business model to other franchise operators, people that want a predictable, proven system. They don't want to go through all the guesswork and figure things out and take a chance on failing or succeeding. They want a very, very close to guaranteed system. And then those franchise operators open their doors and customers flood into that system. All the while, everybody's getting paid. The franchise operators are getting paid, and the franchise headquarters owner, the CEO, if you will, the franchisor, he's getting a little piece from every single one of the franchise operators. Okay? Now, here's the benefits of using this system. You are the franchise CEO. That's right. You're at the top. This is you. I know you probably thought I was going to tell you that you could buy a franchise off me and I would benefit from all the sales that you make, right? Well, that's not the case here. You get to start at the very top and have the opportunity to allow me and my marketing team and sales team to go out and recruit franchise operators for you and recruit customers for those franchise operators, and you benefit by getting a percentage of each one of those sales all the way for yourself. Okay? Now, it's called leveraged residual income. See, if I was just to sell you a franchise, one of these, you would go out and get customers. And that's good, right? You would earn income off those customers. And you would use a proven business model, just like we have here, to be able to acquire those customers. Now, that is not leveraged residual income because you have no leverage. You could just have customers. And that's a typical business model. But the only person in a typical franchise that is at the top in the franchise headquarters as the CEO, they have leveraged residual income, which means they see small little bits from every one of the franchisee owners as their customers come through. Not a lot, but just a little bit. Imagine getting 5-10% from every single franchise owner that we bring into the system for you, and as their customers buy product from their store, you get a little piece of that. Okay? Now, my sales team and marketing team will generate and close all of the new franchisees for you. So there's no recruiting here. You don't have to go out and find them yourselves. My sales and marketing team will do all that for you. Sounding pretty good so far? I thought you'd like this. And you get paid from all the sales they generate. So imagine becoming a franchisee today. My sales and marketing team go out and generate all the prospects for you, close all the new franchisees for you, and you get paid from all the sales they generate through their franchises. Sounding pretty good? I love this business, and I'm looking for people just like you that understand the power of leveraged residual income. Imagine having 100 or 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 franchises, and you just earning 5% from the sales that they generate based on their time and their effort, and us doing all the sales and marketing for every one of those for you. Very powerful. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is going to cost me a fortune. I've never seen a system like this, or a franchise for that matter. You're probably thinking this is going to cost a lot of money, and rightfully so. I mean, think about it. We're giving you a proven business model that does all the sales and the marketing for you and creates additional sales on your behalf, and you don't have to figure out how any of that works. You don't have to go out and go through massive learning curves. You can plug into the system right away. In fact, in the next 24 hours, it would be very, very common that you would start to see cash flow coming through your cash register too. So I'm not going to be asking you to pay $50,000, although it would be rightfully so to be able to do that. In fact, not even $25,000 or $10,000. But let me ask you an honest question at this point. What do you think would be a fair price to ask you for this proven turnkey franchise system that has eliminated you as the reason that most businesses fail, and give you this turnkey system? What would you pay? What do you think would be a fair price? At least a couple $1,000s, right? You're probably thinking that? Well, let's look at some numbers. Let's look at really the numbers of how you benefit before you answer that. Let's take a quick look. Now remember, I've invested well over $100,000 of my own money. Now think about that. What would it take for you really to have success online? And what have you been doing online so far in looking into business? Whether you've invested into some, you're looking for the very first time, I'll tell you this right now. If you try to figure it out for yourself, it's going to cost you anywhere from $50,000 to $150,000 to $200,000 to figure it out and be able to make the kind of money that I'm making. It's going to take you that much. Now, you might be defying the odds and saying, no, I'll figure it out myself. Did you know that 95% of people trying to figure it out themselves will always fail and lose at least a couple $1,000s? 95%. Now, there's a couple percent higher that will lose all their money and really just face bankruptcy. I've invested over $100,000 of my own money, folks, to figure out the proven model that I'm offering you here today. You don't have to go through $100,000 in debt to be able to do that. Heck, most people would never even come close to doing what I did. I thank God that I stuck with it, though. I didn't have somebody providing me with a proven, predictable business model like you've been presented here today. So you're going to get that. You also get 2 years of my life in perfecting this system to make it perfect so that there would be no glitches. There would be nothing that would hold anybody back from having success. I mean, think about it. A true franchise has a vested interest in its franchisees, right? If I work with you, I want you to win. I want you to succeed. Why? Because I benefit from that. I get a little piece of it. You get to benefit from those 2 years of me dedicating my life to perfecting this system for you. Now, here's the big one. I spend $50,000 of my own money each and every single month to help you recruit new franchises so that you can gain massive residual-based leverageable income and all the customers you ever could need so that you could create financial freedom for yourself down the road. I already do that for you. What business offers you that, a $50,000 advertising budget, honestly, just for becoming a franchisee owner today? Last but not least, I personally train each and every call center member on my team so that you achieve the highest conversions possible in the industry. I mean, I want to convert high, right? So I personally do it myself. Who better to train the call center members than me? I developed the system. I'm the master marketer. I've taught everybody how to do it. I don't want you picking up the phone. I don't want you selling anybody. I don't want you emailing and trying to convince people to do things. I don't want you chasing people around. Let me train the call center staff that are perfectly loved to do this job, and they do it all for you. Now, as I ask you those questions and look at these numbers, what is a fair price to offer such a system like this?
Well, what if I told you I'm only going to charge $19.99 a month for this incredible system that I've laid out for you so far? I know what you're probably saying to yourself. This almost sounds too good to be true. Why would such a small fee for something such as big as this, that's rarely or uniquely offered on the internet anywhere, And I want to make it really clear why I'm putting it at such a small price and making it very, very affordable for anybody.
Instead of easily charging you $3,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 like most of my colleagues in this industry suggested that I had to. Well, it really comes down to this. You see, by making the investment this small, it allows the serious entrepreneurs to make a quick, no-brainer decision, which then puts money into your pocket faster and creates massive leverage for you. Remember, we go back to that, folks. Remember that leverage we talk about, which is so important. If I charged a larger fee, like $100 or $500, we would have less decision makers, right? Because it's a bigger risk. But by putting it less than $50 like I have, think about this, with no risk. Everyone that understands that this and sees this as a true serious entrepreneur and sees this as a no-brainer decision will actually take action today and become a franchisee. How do you benefit? Because those franchisees are coming in, and by my call center training department making those follow-up calls for you, training those people, making sure that they're going out to make sales, you create massive, massive leverage. And that's what I want for you. Why? Because I get a little bit of it too, right? It's all about making the biggest amount of money with the least amount of work. And I've set up this system so you can benefit the big in a real fast way. So now, what do you get? And how do you take action if you lock in right now as a global online franchise owner? Okay? Well, you get a proven and predictable franchise system that is 100% ready to go today. When you lock in as a franchise owner today, you get started today. And does that mean you have to wait weeks and months to make money? Absolutely not. We have many franchise owners within 24 to 72 hours. They get their systems, they go through the orientation, they go through the basic training at the start, and they're making money within just minutes of becoming a franchise owner. You get an in-house marketing team that does all of the customer acquisition for you. All of the customer acquisition for you, folks. All. You get a call center that recruits new franchisees for you. Why is that a good thing? We're doing all these things for you, and you want leverage by us recruiting those franchisees for you. You get a call center that makes additional sales to your customers for you so that you make the most amount of money with the least amount of customers. By upgrading and selling to those customers, you make more money. Your weekly step-by-step activity plan is laid out for you, which only requires you 5 to 10 hours a week. So if you have 5 to 10 hours a week, we give you a step-by-step activity plan that I promise you, my 11-year-old daughter does for me. So if my 11-year-old daughter can do it, you can too. It's very, very simple. And here's the kicker. None of those step-by-step activity plans are required for you to even start making money. It's more to train you and teach you and show you what it is about being a professional business owner, to becoming a CEO of your very own franchise, and to make leadership and massive action, and taking the management skills and the professional marketing skills and all those things, but not basing them on you having success or not. It's a learned process. And we know that. It's going to take you 6 months. It's going to take you 12 months. It's going to take you 2 years to be able to master those things and become the best you possibly can be. But we're not going to allow you to wait that long to make money. We want you making money the instant you become a franchisee. Remember, after all, we do supply you with customers instantly once you join. Live support team. Now, if you ever need support, you get support. We have live training calls. We have live webinars. We have a live support team that is there to help you along the way. Okay? And don't forget, my $50,000 monthly advertising budget. So if you evaluate this opportunity, do you think you're not getting probably the best and most value possible on the internet? You know what? Maybe it won't take you $100,000 to figure out that this was a pretty cool offer I gave you and a very predictable offer I gave you. Maybe you'll only go out and lose $5,000 or maybe $12,000 before you realize, hey, maybe I better go check out the Global Online Franchise again. Folks, save your money. Eliminate your risk, follow a proven and predictive business model, and you can win. Now, there's a couple more things. One more thing. I need you to lock in your position right now, as fast as you possibly can. Here's why. What if I told you right now that there was dozens, hundreds, and even thousands of people viewing this presentation every single day and every single week? Well, here's the thing. A lot of people, we convert a very high amount of people in this no-brainer situation that we've put out there on the internet. The Global Online Franchise, folks, is very affordable for everybody. In fact, it's what everybody's looking for, a predictable, proven model that eliminates all the human variable that caused the failure. I mean, think about it. What do you know about selling? Do you like selling? Do you want to sell? And what do you know about copywriting? And here's most importantly, what do you know about generating traffic online endlessly? What do you know about leverage? What do you know about building a business? You're an amateur. If you knew how to do all those things, you wouldn't be watching this video. How would you like to step into a professional business model that everything was done for you in that regard while you were learning how to become a master professional online business entrepreneur? How would you like that while you're making money along the way? Well, here's the last thing that I'm going to leave you with. And I don't want you to leave without hearing this. What if I told you all those people that are watching this video are locking in positions? But what if I told you the faster you locked in your position, all of those other ones coming in after you, watching this and buying the franchise model just like you're going to do, they would go under you as franchisees in your business and be able to potentially build your customer base for you automatically. Now, every minute, every hour, every day that you procrastinate on this no-brainer opportunity allows more people to lock in before you, and you would be placed below them as their franchise owner, as their franchisees. Now, the question is this: do you want to have all the franchisees below you and you benefit from the leverage of all of them, or do you want to go underneath them? Well, if you are the serious, smart entrepreneur that I think you are, and listened this far in the presentation, you'll lock in your position right now. And instantly, the very next person that watches this presentation will be your franchisee. And you will benefit exponentially month after month in creating massive leveraged income from them. Hundreds and thousands of people are joining this franchise phenomena right now. It's revolutionizing the way that people make money on the internet. Grab your spot, lock in, allow me to start advertising for you, and allow me to start putting the very next person that watched this video on here. No advertising in your part. I will automatically place that person as your franchisee, and you leverage from that person. So go ahead and lock it in right now, and I will see you in the first orientation video on the inside so that we can get your system set up, profiting, and you start benefiting within just the next few hours. Again, thanks again for watching. My name is Paul Birdsall, and welcome to the Global Online Franchise. Bye for now.